being mentally ready for a major competition like the Olympics. And yeah, Rotimi Akindele is Rotimi, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I mean, just fantastic time for you to come on. Counting down to the Olympics, and you listen to Miriam talking about making sure Nigerian athletes are ready.
Yeah.
There's the Adopt an Athlete campaign
Program.
which is ongoing at the moment. A few athletes are on that shortlist. There's also the last part of what she said, talking about mental readiness.
Okay, yeah.
Psychology.
Okay.
What?
Okay, yeah, no, I'm like, I mean, that mental readiness you were trying to say and all that, which is really key for some of these athletes, because it's not just enough for you to prepare these athletes. I mean, find you're prepared. What about psychologically, mentally? And that's what Miriam was trying to explain to all of us to really understand. And she has, been helping some of these athletes to achieve that.
From what Chika actually was saying earlier as regards Taekwondo, you know that there are processes or there are steps to getting things right when it comes to the Olympics. It doesn't just start from one day. I mean, it's just not, you don't just wake up and say, I'm taking my bags and going to the Olympics. There has to be a program. And that's why we've been saying, okay, the sports ministry, yes, came in with the Adopt an Athlete program, but that's not the only thing. There's still a whole lot of things that has to come in for our athletes to succeed. I like the fact that we've been able to streamline the number of sports we are participating in at the games to just 11. And also, it's looking like for the first time in a while, we might not actually have a jamboree, like just pack everybody. So if it's only going to be one athlete from one sport, let's focus on the athlete and get something done. By the time we put all those structures on ground, as regards sports in general in Nigeria, then you can now start talking to those that have qualified as regards mental readiness, psyching up their, their beliefs, athletes, their spirit, and all of that, and saying, you know what, you can do this, you can do that. But we need that structure to be in place, and hopefully, with all this and with all these distractions around coronavirus, Olympics might be moved, and all of that, it's not even helping, preparations or not. But then again, I think we'll just continue and wait to see how all of this pans out.
Yeah, absolutely, because I also remember Dick Pound said the other time that a final decision, if the Olympic could hold or not, or cancellation or anything, as late as end of May. I mean, we're just a match.
Just to quickly clear, that was his own personal opinion.
Yeah. He's a member of the IOC,
he's
so
just
they're
a member. I had a chance to talk to one of the members of IOC as well, who was also close, who was relating with the Japanese LOC. And this one says, as far as they're concerned, there's nothing about postponing the Olympics or changing cities.
Or cancellation.
For at least. So what Dick Pound has said is an individual stuff. But away from that, let's just keep our fingers crossed. Let's continue with the countdown.
Absolutely, we have to do that. It's what's important.
Yeah, very important. Let's get on with the show now, and let's go on with the show. Let's talk about.
Now, let's leave Olympics now. Yeah, I mean, we're done with the countdown. Let's talk about handball. Actually, this is all about a developmental program, and most federation, the last time after that last elections they had, and all of them said they're going to be focusing on developing grassroots, and most of them really have been doing that. The handball federation are organizing the under 12 and under 15 championship in Sokoto, and of course for them, it's going to be. How do I put it now? It's been something that's been going on, and we have the results for you for the under 15 boys. We start with that one for Niger and Sokoto. It was 16-32. Kirby and Imo, it was 12-12, and the other one, Niger and Tiger Marine, is 16-19. It's all about the clubs and also the countries that are taking part in this one. So the under-12 girls also saw off Sokoto defeating them 19-4. Okay, there you have the under-15 girls also. Nisha 6 and Abia and a Mindscope 22-6, Sokoto and 4. That's the one I talked about earlier. Sokoto and Kirby 19-4. In that order. The championship continue and is happening in Sokoto. So hopefully some talents will be discovered in this one and they will all go ahead to maybe make a career out of it. It's not just enough to start and compete in these championships, but also to see what holds for these young boys and girls that are taking part.
Okay, let's go on now from handball. Let's go to the English FA Cup games played. Just one game actually played yesterday that involved Arsenal taking on Portsmouth.
League One side, I can't believe it.
Yeah, Portsmouth.
No, Portsmouth League
when
One,
Kanu
yeah.
used to play
Kanu,
for, incidentally Kanu played for both sides. That's a confirmation of the result, ended 2-0 in favor of the Gunners. Eddie Nketiah as well as Socrates getting the goals, and they're through to the last 8 now.
Yeah, I mean, it's that sort of result you need to actually boost your confidence as a team.
After losing to Olympiacos.
After losing to Olympiacos in Europe. So, I mean, this is another chance to get back into Europe.
Right.
If you win the FA Cup, at least you're assured of playing in Europe. Yeah, probably, of course, it has to be the Europa League. But then again, and if you look at the way the table is going in the EPL, probably would like to take this kind of tournament serious, all right?
Of course.
2-0, not bad for Portsmouth, although they've not been defeated at home this season up until yesterday in any of the competition. So I think they've it's a proud defeat. They lost to a better side. So they were 2008 winners, but that era is gone.
Yeah,
they're probably going to come back and see maybe in the next few years.
League One side.
It was a good one for the Gunners.
Yeah, they had a lot of administrative issues as well.
Yeah, well, they've been trying to sort it, and I'm not sure that. I mean, their own situation is not as bad as what Bolton is going through.
Yeah, Bolton Wanderers. That's another team too.
It was one time that bad. They're on their way back now. Yeah, they're their way back.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same thing.
It's going to take a while, but that's administration. That's what it's all about.
All right, there's more games to be played today. And there's a big one. Chelsea taking on Liverpool. That's in the 4th round of the FA Cup. It's quite early, but
5th round.
5th round. It's quite early, but that's what happens when they do the draw. And you can throw up any kind of matchup. Jurgen Klopp talking about, it's kind of hinting that we'll select a strong side.
It has to be a strong side.
Yeah.
It has to be a strong side.
And the defeat to Watford will not actually affect his selection.
No, it shouldn't. And you shouldn't worry about Atletico Madrid, of course, for now. It's still next week. So if you're not doing anything, why not play?
Go out.
Gain that match fitness, ahead of the Premier League game this weekend, and then take that form into the Champions League. So I don't think he has any excuse. This is not the League Cup.
It's not Shrewsbury.
It's the FA Cup, and it's not Shrewsbury and all of that. With due respect.
So
I feel it's Chelsea.
Yeah.
This is I think a repeat of the 2012 final or thereabout. Lampard was in that team, alongside Terry, Gerrard, Henderson, and all of that. So it's a big one for Lampard. If Klopp is not looking to take it serious, Lampard would want to take it serious. So, I mean, just like Klopp said, I'm not thinking of what Chelsea is doing. I don't know what Chelsea is doing. Why should I bother? Let me do my own thing. So I feel it's that star game to look forward to seeing tonight. And whatever happens, Liverpool exiting the cup competition will probably make them party early. By going on to winning the league title. If they go on to progress, go past Chelsea, then it simply means they have a chance of at least doing a double this season. They're out of the League Cup. They can do a double, or who knows, they can even go on to do a treble. So it's still very, if you have the treble on your mind as the Premier League title, the FA Cup, and the Champions League, hey, who knows? That's going to be very big for Liverpool. So there's a whole lot to play for.
A lot to play for. And talking about partying and celebrating the first Premier League title, there's been a bit of talks around the coronavirus halting that title. Jurgen Klopp has also been reacting to that situation. You're welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. And before we went on the break, quickly, Rotimi, I don't know why you're laughing, of course.
I can't laugh.
Yeah, all that talk about coronavirus halting and ending Liverpool's title aspirations, I think it's all just talk, right?
I think halting is a good word. Ending is a bit bizarre. If you're saying halting, I mean, it probably comes from the angle of, games might be called off. And then if you're supposed to win the title in May, for instance, you might probably be winning a title in August.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, but then again, let's see how this goes. I don't think it will change anything. Whether you play the remaining 10 games before December this year, Liverpool will still be champions. So,
Absolutely, except they
so
lose
there's
their
really
remaining
nothing
games.
to worry about.
They need 4 more wins.
Except what?
Except they lose the remaining games, all the games that they're supposed to play,
Except,
and of course,
except by the
and
time
Man
the
City
league is
also will be
altered,
winning.
If the games are altered and then they come back and they fail to pick up a win,
Yeah.
then things can...
That would be a disaster anyway. Okay, before we talk about Anthony Joshua and the fact that the game, the bouts,
It's
the
officially
fight is official.
confirmed.
It's going to be where? At Wembley Stadium, Tottenham, and everyone has been saying that the stadium hasn't. The fans haven't celebrated for a long time. Maybe
You
Joshua.
better come and watch AJ. If they
You
want
watch
to
AJ,
celebrate any kind of
so that
win.
they can celebrate
Yeah,
in that
that's
one.
just
Let's
on the
quickly talk
light
about
side.
the. Okay, yeah, there you have. He's going to defend his title against Pulev June
stadium.
20th, and it's going to be at this Tottenham Stadium.
Wow, stadium fight. Joshua's homecoming hasn't fought since in England since defeating Alexander Povetkin a while ago. And
Homecoming.
Pulev, Joshua. Do you see any risk there? Because someone asked me in the newsroom if we're likely to see another upset the same way Andy Ruiz did to AJ.
Yeah.
Pulev, is it capable of doing
It's
that?
doable. Pulev is strong.
Yeah, strong, yeah.
He's well. I mean, you
Strong.
can see, you can tell. It looks, even his size,
looks intimidating, right?
I mean, he looks intimidating and all,
Yeah.
and he has his eyes on those belts. So
For a long time now.
Joshua have to be very calculative, very strategic going into this bout. I think going forward, the way he was able to dispatch Ruiz in the last fight,
the rematch,
that's what he has to do against Pulev. You don't go aggressively
Really?
into fights against opponents like this.
Wow.
So you have to be, very good strategically to go past that, because this is like another of those brothers, Klitschko brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
They all have
similar.
the same builds.
Yeah.
They're from the same region.
Yeah.
Probably they have the same
Yeah.
sparring partners
Yeah.
along. So it's going to be a bit difficult. And then you have to be very, very strategic, to go past such a person. If it now happens that he goes on to win, then let's hope we'll get to see the British, the unification bout, probably between himself and Fury. But then again, that other bout has also been confirmed.
Yeah.
July 18th.
It's going to be a trilogy.
So first things first.
I think it's a wrong move. Someone was asking me, do you think fans want to see Wilder and Fury 3?
I want to see
I'm not
it.
sure.
I don't want to
I
say
wanna
it.
It's
I want to see
well,
it.
I don't think I want to see this
Why
early.
not?
Thank you.
but
I don't
then-
want to see
but
this
then
early.
again-
That's it. That's
Well, no,
the
I mean,
thing.
I look
It's
at-
one of those things.
I look at the situation as
What
the first,
situation?
The first fight.
Yeah.
Wilder knocked down Fury twice. The second fight.
But Fury won that bout.
No,
We
he
all
didn't win.
know.
Nah, it was a draw. Come on.
Fury was-
it doesn't
who-
matter
who
what
gave it a
doesn't
draw?
matter what you say. The referee's decision is what really matters, not you. So it ended in a draw, 2 knockdowns. The second fight ended
Draw
in a
2
very
knockdowns.
good
Why
win.
you
In a
keeping
very
up?
good
Why are you
win
talking
for
about 2 knockdowns?
2 knockdowns?
If the referees' words count.
I want to move over.
I don't get what
I
you're
want to
saying.
move
So you
away
shouldn't
from.
even mention
I
the
want to move
knockdowns.
away
Just go
from
ahead.
That was part of the
boxing.
fight.
Can we
2
move away from
knockdowns.
boxing
2
now?
knockdowns in the
Is it
second
why?
fight as
You
well.
don't want to
so-
box?
Okay,
so
I need
it's
to move
one-
away from boxing
it's
and
one
say trilogy
draw.
is going to happen or not. I want to talk about the falconets of Nigeria.
Oh,
The
that
fact
was more
they are-
important.
Yes, it's more important because
Yes.
today they are back in camp
my
and all the
days.
girls are actually happy because we've been waiting. 21st, that's going to be
What if
the
Joshua
game.
visits them?
21st. That would be great. I mean, he's still in Nigeria, right? That would be great. I mean, just give them some tips and all that. But then that's football. It's different from boxing. But the thing is, on the 21st of this month, that's when they're going to be playing Burkina Faso. The first leg is going to be in Ouagadougou. That's the August 4th stadium. And the second leg, obviously, going to be Agege Stadium a week later. But the girls resume camp today in Abuja. 40 girls have been invited. They don't have a head coach yet, but at the weekend, the NFF approved the appointment of Moses Aduku as first assistant coach, Bilikisu Tijani, second assistant, Audu Yahaya as a goalkeeper for the Falconets. That's a goalkeeper trainer for the Falconets. So 40 players have been invited, and of course, preparations will definitely start for these girls. You just have like some few weeks, quickly prepare, go play the qualifiers and see if you can qualify as usual.
A bit of March madness in court for NFF. First, they've changed offices.
Yes.
They've moved into
housewarming. When are we celebrating that?
Pinika and Co should tell us.
Okay.
But I saw pictures, very, very solid. Well done, NFF. And then getting the Falconers ready, getting the under-17s ready, getting the Super Eagles ready, even though there are some funny stories around that game against Sierra Leone. I'm sure you see it in the paper as well.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I'm sure the NFF will
clear the air on that.
They will. I mean, they're up to the task. So let's just wish them all the best.
So that's why it's called March Madness. Okay, away from the March Madness Nigerian Football Federation, let's quickly take a look at the papers. I'll start with Sporting Sun here. And Sporting Sun, Osimhen says, I won't quit Lille. This thing would just not go away. And Victor Moses undergoes MRI test. I mean, he had this injury and he declared for Birmingham City. Good one is returning from injury. I hope Leicester will start winning now. It's like when he's not around, Leicester lose. And when he's back, well, they start winning.
Let's go to Sporting Life now. Operation Conquer Sierra Leone. Gen Aurora raises alarm over Freetown pitch. There's also other stories, sparring session, talking about boxing. Indeed, Vardy shadow boxing for fitness. I actually saw a clip of that, and it's safe to say boxing is not the calling of Wilfred at all. Liverpool versus Chelsea. Joe Gomez is fit. Milner as well. Lampard bemoans Chelsea's injury crisis. There's also stories on Ronaldo wants to return to Real Madrid. I don't think there's...
he enjoyed himself watching the Clasico over the weekend.
That's about it.
That should be about it.
And it was simply because no games going on in Italy. Their game against Inter Milan was postponed due to, of course, COVID-19.
Why would he return to Real Madrid? Joshua Pulev confirmed for June 20. Let's go. Lastly now is to complete sports. Nigeria's most valuable defender, Shemi Ajayi, knocks out Trust Ekong. West Brom star now second behind Olaino. Is it Manchester United? That's a question they're asking on sports, complete sports today. The start of the season was Liverpool. Now they're asking whether it's Manchester United. I don't know. What's that about?
I think it's simply because of that incident. I think that was a good call anyway.
If you go by the books, that was a good call. I don't see where Manchester is coming in.
Offside position.
Except you are referring to other, I guess you've probably seen other events and that VAR are strict. But really, based on that Everton game, I think it was a good call.
So bottom line is they're talking about decisions that have been overturned all season. And Manchester United have had the most decisions overturned by VAR. 8 times.
Was it justified? Were they justified or not?
That's another question.
But in terms of numbers of VAR decisions that had favored teams, they topped the log.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Would that qualify them for Champions League?
And they're still doing everything possible not to get into that Champions League spot.
So maybe they need the VAR
the Manchester to be able to I think we need to go now. Thank you.
Quickly before we go, the worst Real Madrid I have faced, according to Gerard Piqué, even though they lost, what is he talking about?
Nothing. Thank you so much for coming on the program. We need to get up the studio right now. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Do have a fantastic day.
I am Taya Salam. See you tomorrow.